Welcome all the listeners to the podcast Insight with Pravin's Positive Way. In this podcast, we features the experts and achieves from the diverse field. Maybe it is education, it is a sports, it is a academic, competitive exams, sports, art, music, entrepreneur, businessmen. And this our podcast, our missions is to provide the very valuable insights to the young professional, young businessman, young students, and helping them to take the very informed career decision. It may be about their career, it may be about their startup or the business. And today in this episode, we have very special guest with us, Dr. Anand Bafna ji, a distinguished person expert in the herbal and nutraceutical industry. His journey from the academy to the nutraceutical industry has been really inspiring journey. He has played a crucial role in shaping the healthcare innovations. I formally welcome Dr. Anand Bafna on this platform podcast Insight with the Pravin's Positive Way. Most welcome, sir. Most welcome on this platform.
Thank you very much, Pravin. I am very excited to share my views on the topic we have selected. And let me congratulate you first that you are doing a wonderful job, which is the need of an hour. Great.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And all our listener, it is my very pride moment, Dr. Anand Bhaknaji. He used to be my pharmacognosy teachers during my the M pharmacy, and again after almost 15 years, we are in the new platforms. Definitely, I feel I'm eager to get the insight because almost more than 10 to 50 years, Bhapna sir's work in academically with very passionate teachers also. Now he shifted from academicians to the entrepreneurship. And that is really something I feel it is essential for the today's young professional also. Yes, at the part of this podcast, definitely I will going to start this podcast with Dr. Bhafnaji, as I mentioned, very visionary leaders who bridges the gap between the academy and the industry. Almost more than over the 10 years, decade experience in entrepreneurship, his own enterprises and rich academic background, mostly just I mentioned in pharmacognosy, has pioneered the innovative project in healthcare, in herbal and nutraceutical sector. He is not only, I would say, the driving force behind the successful herbal and natural medicines brands. He has his own brands like the Stoffal, like the Shadwari and Indolor, but also the inspiring professor who has nurtured the next generation of professional in healthcare and innovation industry. In this today's episode, definitely we're going to find out the booming demand for the herbal and the nutraceutical products also. In the today's this century, most of the healthcare personnel, most of the peoples, they believe to work on the herbal product, maybe for their aesthetic purpose also, maybe for their food industry also. But at the same times, hard ticket client, we could say the customers also, consumers, they demand those herbal products which must be based on the research. And that is one of the reason Dr. Bapna sir is with us. He has his own product, herbal product, and I could say the nutraceutical product, but definitely this products innovation is his own idea. That is research-based products also. Through this podcast, we're going to Sir will going to share his journey from academic roots to his hands-on experience as an entrepreneur, highlighting the importance research-based innovations, mostly how practical mindset works for all this transition from academic to the as a entrepreneurship. So ऑल दी लिसनर्स, हमें पूरी उम्मीद है हम इस पॉडकास्ट में डाइव डीप करेंगे. हमारा मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव रहेगा कि किस तरह का करंट ट्रेंड्स हेल्थ केयर वेलनेस इंडस्ट्री में वर्कआउट हो रहा है, क्या क्रिटिकल स्किल चाहिए दोस्तों के लिए आफ्टर कंप्लीशन ऑफ फार्मेसी हो, आपका ग्रेजुएशन होता है तो इंडस्ट्री की क्या डिमांड है, हेल्थ केयर हो, वेलनेस की इंडस्ट्री हो, व्हाट आर द क्रिटिकल स्किल्स रिक्वायर्ड, जरूर अपना सर हमारे साथ डिस्कस करेंगे। और डेफिनेटली क्या करंट ट्रेंड्स है, अगर आप स्टार्टअप्स करना चाहते हो, इफ यू वांट टू यूर ओन इंडस्ट्री, चाहे आप स्टूडेंट से लेकर प्रोफेसरशिप से लेकर चेंज करना चाहते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली होल थ्रू जर्नी पॉडकास्ट हम उसको एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश करेंगे। तो डियर फ्रेंड्स, आज का हमारा टॉपिक है हर्बल एंड न्यूट्रास्यूटिकल अपॉर्चुनिटीज, द बिल्डिंग रिवॉर्डिंग करियर्स एंड बिजनेस इन अ हेल्थ केयर। Dr. Bapna sir, just I very briefly introduce about you, though you have very research and innovative project also. You have definitely very inspiring careers both in academic and entrepreneurship. Many students nowadays and professionals struggle to take this transition from this research based, as academic definitely it is a research mindset is required, from this research based works to the business world. Totally different transition is needed. Can you share your own journey from academic to the entrepreneurship, how it began, and what inspired you to breeze these two fields, that is academic and the entrepreneurship? So that is my the first questions to you.
Yeah, well, before I start my journey, I would like to quote one thing that you all are destined to do things which are, decided by the God for you. So I started my pharmacy journey with graduation at very newly established institute in North Maharashtra University. That is the R.C. Patel Institute of Pharmacy. There we started our pharmacy graduation course. In 1997, I did complete my B Farm, and the same year I cleared my GATE exam. So I got opportunity to do the post graduation. But interestingly, during our graduation days, we were imbibed by the seniors and even teachers that don't go for pharmacognosy, either do PG in pharmaceutics or pharmacology. So I was very determined that if I get cognosy, I'm not going to do it. And interestingly, the first institute where I applied, I got pharmacognosy and I refused. So I lost 1 year of my GATE score. I started working in Pune as a production chemist in one pharmaceutical company. But then in the very next year, I took admission in the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda, which was the best institute at that time in India. And interestingly, as I said in the very beginning, that you are destined to do things, I got the admission in herbal drug technology, that is nothing but the pharmacognosy. So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
strongly believe that God chose me to work in the field of botanicals. So that is how
yeah.
I completed my post graduation there. And I must say that the MS University of Baroda proved to be a turning point for my life, because doing PG undergraduation from a very remote place where you don't have any kind of exposure, real pharmacy exposure, I'm talking, neither personality development, but MS University proved to be a turning point, not only as for the research but developing the personality also. And there only my guide offered me to do PhD, so I continued doing PhD there. And during that stay at MS University of Baroda, I did a lot of research on herbal drugs. And there I found that botanicals have miraculous results. You must have heard that this Ayurveda has cured this and that. But I have experienced those during my research at MS
Wow.
University Baroda. But after completing my PhD, my wife is pharmacologist, so we got offer from institute in Pune. So that is how we started our career in academics. There
Okay.
I met Dr. Pravin Buge. I was his teacher. He narrated that at the very start.
Yes.
But that academics period was also very short. Say I worked for only 8 years in academics, and I was determined that one fine day I'll get all this research in the pharma product in the market for the benefit of the society and people at large. If you remember, Praveen, I used to say that I'm going to start my own company.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And when I started and I posted on social media, LinkedIn, most of my students called me and told that yes sir, आप तो बता रहे थे आप ये करने वाले हैं, and you did that. And that is how the birth of Priority Herbals was there in 2013. And me and my wife both dedicatedly developed a huge range of products. And during this journey, we have pivoted our business. Not only product, we offer consultancy to the other companies. And now we have launched Dr. Bafna's, which is online training and course offering programs for the pharma students. Our only vision and motto is those who are interested in launching their own businesses. I am a first generation businessman. From my family, nobody did the business. But during this entire 10, 12 years, what we have seen, we want to cut down those struggle of the upcoming generation students so that they can come out with the ideas and launch their business. So that struggle period we want to channelize, and that is how the Dr. Bafna's born. But simultaneously we are working on our own products also. Few of our products are now clinically tested. Say for example our diabetes product D which is a clinically proven product. We only have done the clinical trial, right from designing the protocols of clinical trial to selecting the site and registering with the CTRI India. So that is a journey of 10 years, 8 years of academics and 11 years of my entrepreneurship career.
Yeah, yeah. Really, sir. As a teachers, I know you used to be very um, itself is a research oriented, and you promise me and my colleagues also one day you're going to have your own business. And that is one of the reason most of the students who are pursuing the pharmacognosy, as you know, just it is there the last options also. But you are the one of the person I could say from the academy you decided one day you're going to have your own concern. And today just you mentioned the priorities herbal, almost it is not the more than the 11 years your own products also. And just you very directly mentioned you have the diabetics product which is the first time in India and it is a clinical trial for all the students who are the aspiring students and the professor. They are very hesitant to take this shift, to take the transformation from the as a academicians to the businessman. I really appreciate, and maybe through your journey it is a I could say again aspiration for the number of the young professionals. Thank you to share these journeys also. And you clearly mentioned pharmacognosy, maybe it is God chooses for you, and you discuss about your EMS
Yeah,
university.
absolutely.
Yeah, and you discuss about the your passion, how the MS universities gives the boostings toward the Ayurvedic research product, and that is one of the reason Priority Herbal. It is really as per market survey is a research based enterprise also. One more thing, sir, before shifting to the my second question. As in the recent years, the herbal and nutraceutical products and sector definitely it is tremendous growth. They are growing in volume wise, quantity wise also. Basic reason definitely there is a demand for this herbal nutraceutical product from the consumers' demands also. They believe those products are really original natural product. At the same time, this product must be research backed where they get the healthcare solution. My question is, what current trends in the herbal and nutraceutical sectors do you believe are the most promising for the emerging professionals? Why they could
Mm,
choose this as a career, herbal and nutraceuticals, according to your own journey experience?
to answer this question, I would take you to the very reasons, why the nutraceutical industry is flourishing. The reason is very clear: change in lifestyle.
Mm.
You know that lifestyle has changed, that was there before 20 years. The same lifestyle is not there. So, increase in the lifestyle oriented diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, cardiac diseases, and the need to address this at a very diet level or lifestyle level, nutraceuticals are playing a big role. If I tell you the volume, nutraceutical industry is almost half of the pharma industry. If pharma industry is clocking at $62 billion, Indian pharma industry, nutraceuticals are almost $30 billion industry. And when we talk about nutraceuticals, what are nutraceuticals? Nutraceuticals are those substances which addresses your lifestyle problem, are not seen as a drugs, and they play major role in preventive wellness. So what are the major problems you see? Diabetes, hypertension, cardiac disease like increasing cholesterol. Then depression is knocking India. US is no not behind now. Sorry, India is not behind the US. Now India is also facing the major chunk of the depression issues, sleep disorder. And to address this, most of the innovative and research botanical based products are introduced in the market. And current trend is, see, if you see, then another major reason for nutraceutical industry to flourish is what? Online shopping.
Mm.
And it is easy for entrepreneurs to reach to the market. Gone are the days when you launch a business and you have to have a huge money to enter into the market or set up. Nowadays, it is very easy for you to manufacture on third party basis, set up one e-commerce portal, and if you are good at digital marketing, you can have a share in the nutraceutical industry. So, what are the current trends? Current trends, see, ashwagandha is one of the most sold botanical.
No.
Almost 1,000 crore is only ashwagandha extracts market. Ashwagandha plays very important role in immunity. It is adaptogenic. So, like I said, the lifestyle oriented problem. So,
Mm.
diabetes, you have to check on a sugar level. So, diabetes treatment in the form of botanicals, then sleep disorders, then depression. And as I said, people don't want this nutraceutical in the form of the conventional dosage form like tablet, capsule.
Mm.
Because as an entrepreneur, what I have observed and what I have when I have interacted with my customer, they say that if we are taking capsule or tablets, we feel like that we are taking medication.
Oh, oh.
So if you see the trend, most of these products are available in one ready to drink sachet. Gummies are there, chocolates are there, and these trends are following, keeping the new entrepreneurs are following these trends.
Sorry to interrupt you. One thing, sir, you mentions about the that is a trend, the human trend or the market trend. They are shifting to the herbal and the natural thing. But what are the why this trend is changing from allopathy to the Ayurveda? Is a basic reasons? Could you elaborate on it, sir?
Yeah, yeah. So why the trend is changing? Now everyone is coming to know more or less sooner or later that the modern medications, what modern medications are having, the kind of adverse effect. And as far as the lifestyle diseases like diabetes and
Mhm.
cardiac problems or BP, when patient takes these medication for a longer period, they are bound to give their adverse effect. And nutraceuticals are to be consumed along with their diet or in the form of drinks. So people are more aware. Awareness is also one major reason for this shift from the modern medication. And now people are seeing allopathic medication as the only treatment form. For preventive wellness, people are opting for the botanical based product, nutraceutical product.
Yes, yes. Very your insight. See, all the listeners and the who want to be the enterprises in the futures as a startup, sir. One observation of the sir, he communicate with the prospective clients also, and he take the market survey. Through the market survey, he did some innovative changes in the packaging also, in dosage forms also, as customers insight to the sirs is, no, we don't want to cancel and the tablet form, we want to something differently. Sir has his own product in chocolate form, gummy form, other form. That is really, sir, innovative things. But one thing you clearly use the nutraceutical and herbal industry. Almost you say the ashwagandha 1000 crore market is there for nutraceutical. You mentioned the figure of the $30 billion. It is really fantastic. But one thing, as students and the aspiring entrepreneurs, most of the things in industry, there are such type of the healthcare and nutraceutical industry. The biggest challenge is the scientific research, and this research translate into the commercial viability product. This is the biggest challenge. My question is, as your approach, as your perspective, almost the last more than the 20 years from academic to the entrepreneurship, how do you integrate such type of the rigorous scientific research you did during the MS University experience or in academy with your the commercial viability herbal product through the, just you mentioned the priorities also. I might precisely what key insight can students gain from your approach from scientific research to the commercial viability of your own products?
Yeah, to answer your question, how to integrate and what is the important of research? That is what is your question, if I
Yes,
am
sir. Yes, sir.
not
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
So I would like to, give more emphasis on the research part. Those who want to enter into the business of, see, nowadays it is a trend. Let me tell you that in the business of nutraceutical and herbal product, most of the people are there, those who do not have any background of the botanicals or research or herbal products. But only because they have funds and they are good at marketing, they are doing the business. But those who are from the healthcare background and want to enter, if you are offering a good research based, evidence based product, then chances of succeeding your enterprise becomes more or larger, because those products which are having the effect as far as your target disease is concerned, they are going to stay for a longer period. And it is very, very important to come out with the novel ideas which are backed by the research while targeting those issues. And the research only gives you the boost at the very first step. Why I entered into this? The very reason was observation that these herbs and combination of herbs are giving the miraculous result. Why our products are having edge over the other companies products or other products in the market? The very simple reason is, me and my wife, she is pharmacologist, so what we have developed is selecting the pharmacological targets, and mine phytochemistry and herbal drug technologies knowledge, selection of the right standardized extract, and her knowledge of the selecting the pharmacological targets. So that is how the pharmacology polyherbal formulations what we have decided are giving excellent results. And that's the reason I advise those who want to enter into the field of botanicals, whatever idea you have, you must evaluate it at very laboratory level first, and then enter into the market and then try on the patients.
Yes, sir. It is really something I could say it is your experience-based suggestions to the students also. Just you use your analogy as a phytochemistry expert with the Madden's pharmacology, and you summarize the answers of these questions to the emerging students and professionals also. Whatever your innovation and research is there, it must be the laboratory validated. That is one point. I request all the students please underline this point with the search insights also. Sir, just and our listeners also, today's topic is the herbal and nutraceutical opportunities. Maybe it is for your career or the business. Now, next question is, sir, when we talking about to be enter into one realm from the academic or from the students to become the startup owners or maybe the business, definitely it needs some skills which is a totally different from academic to the entrepreneurship. What skill? Maybe it is analytical, maybe it is the soft skills also, technical skills also. My question is, which technical entrepreneurship or the analytical skill do you consider which is very essential, crucial for the students who aspiring to excel in the healthcare innovation field? Which skills do you believe students must have in order to become the businessman or in order to become aspire the businessman in a healthcare industry? That is my question, sir.
Yeah, to answer this question, for students, which are the see, there is a huge set of skills required to excel. In last question, like you asked, the research, important of research. So obviously, the research skill, but research is not alone a single skill that requires to enter in this market, because business requires a very diverse set of skills. You have to have patience, you have to have analytical bent of mind, you have to have a technical knowledge. As I said, lot more non-healthcare people are entering into the business. If you have got a technical knowledge, chances of succeeding you as a businessman will be more. But at the same time, you have to have business acumen, because alone technical, because see, if you have a good product, but if you don't know how to sell, then how are you going to do business? Absolutely not possible. And I'm happy that students are getting a lot more exposure at this level. When we were in B Farm, M Farm, not even PhD, no one used to talk about the business and all these things. They are lucky that lot of such things are happening around it, like your podcast is there, like government of India schemes are there. So I would advise students that try to form a team at your undergraduation or post graduation level. Someone must be good at the research. They must have done something good or novel during their PG, but they must not be, able to think about the business based on that piece of research. But someone else with them must be having that kind of quality or skill that he or she can think about getting it into the market.
Yeah.
Then you can add someone who is having the marketing skill, because you need the marketer to sell your product once you enter into the business. So these are the skill. If I have to summarize technical skill very first, technical skill I would rate number one. Then you have to have analytical bent of mind. You have to have business acumen skill. You should know how to do or how to generate business from this particular kind of product, and he or she should must be aware of what is happening as far as the business is concerned.
Yes.
And then I must say the very important skill is the ability to form team and ability to work in team. So these are a few skills. If you have, then chances of you succeeding in the business are very bright.
Yes, yes. During the our conversation, one moment you very specially emphasize as a you don't have the business backgrounds also, sir. Now, as without non-business to the business background, almost last 20 years, as per your experience, just you mentions the skills which is required for the students to enter into the entrepreneurship in healthcare industry. As a career counselor and a psychologist, my questions to you is because you have very practical and on experience, just you mentioned from the research to come the products to the in the market, then distribution. These are all the parameter. My question is, you guide on the students how the mindset plays very important point. What is the importance of mindset from student to the entrepreneurs, and why is it essential, sir? This is my sub questions to the skills.
Yeah, yeah. As far as mindset is concerned, as I told that the things which are happening around you would encourage you. Why student must enter into business? The reason is they do not have any liability at the startup
Mm.
career. I still, think that I entered into business very late at the age of 37
Mhm.
because I had my share of liabilities and responsibilities to answer. For students, they do not have any liabilities at the very young age, and the energy, the kind of you know uh, techno savvy they are, the students now, these age students are far better than our generation. So they must enter. And most importantly, what is important to enter into the business is the funding. And in this time, funding is available either from government, either from the VCs, angel, family offices, and crowdfunding kind of things are available. So, as far as the mindset is concerned, they should weigh the situation.
Mhm.
Day by day, if you see, day by day, jobs are decreasing.
Yes, sir.
In
Yes.
healthcare, that may not be the situation, but day by day, jobs are decreasing. So, as far as long term vision is concerned, starting at the young age is advisable.
Yes.
So, that kind of mindset they should have, and it's a risk. It's
Yes.
a risk. But if you succeed, then sky is the limit.
Yes.
If you fail, so you are young. You learn at a very young age. So you can learn from those mistakes and correct and again go on the path of
Mhm.
entrepreneurship. Or otherwise, if you think that no, it is not my cup of tea, you can always start the job. You can always get a job.
Yes, sir. Even
I hope I answered this.
yes, 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 sir. Even because, sir, it is not even the bookish advice to the students because the last almost 12 years you have been successfully launching the product from research to the market, and that you have definitely it is your hands-on experience. One thing I would like to listeners to underline the one thing, sir, very clearly mentions during your research you have to explore the colleague. He clearly mentioned one soft skills you need the team. You need the skills to identify who is good at the marketing, who is good at the research also. And even sir underline the one thing nowadays technical person like the pharmacist, like the who has the herbal phytochemistry knowledge, they would face the competition from the non-technical backgrounds also. We have to respect some government compliance regarding this one, but we have the competitions from these fields also. And clearly you mentions about the funding is the mindset you give these some areas also where the angels or where the government you will get the funding. That is very fine things, and we underline with my listeners also. One more thing, sir, just this is again the next my questions. Many aspiring students, entrepreneurships who want to enter into the startup of the healthcare industry, they have their own research during the project submission, during the PhD work, but they somewhat extent get confused how their knowledge, which are in only lab scale, converted into the real world product? My very practical questions to you, as you really experience this transition and your knowledge into the real world products also. My question, could you share some specific instances, your examples where you transfer your research insight into the successful product, and how maybe might a student apply a similar strategy in their aspirations also? Your practical experience, sir.
See, as far as answering this question is concerned, the my venture priority herbals is based on this one. Because all these my product which I explored during my PG, PhD research, and and taking clues from all those research, we transformed them into the product, commercially viable product in a different way, maybe more refining those piece of research. But as far as the students are concerned, see, there are two things. Academics and industry, they run on a parallel track. That is, say I must say that it's a problem of Indian mentality or whatever you call. Industry demand is totally different, and academics works in a different altogether zone. But if at all you want to convert your piece of research into the form of product, you have to dare, you have to refine that piece of research and bring in the market. But neither student nor the guiding supervisor care about it, because they have their share of problem. Like academicians, they have their entire different zone of working. They get publications, patent, and their job is
Mhm.
done.
Yes, yes.
But if students are good and they want to make career in the entrepreneurship, they must carry that piece of research, maybe modify it and design a viable product for the market. You see, viable product is very important. And I see two ways. See, if your research is really good, then why you shy of getting into the product or commercialize the same piece of research?
Yes, yes, yes. This is very
It answers,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. But as you just you mentioned, sir, in academy and in industry, as your research and the application of research in industry, always there is one gap. In healthcare and nutraceutical industry, this gap is very huge also, sir. What are the some successful models that bridge this academic research with industry in case of healthcare or nutraceutical sectors? Means how the student should take this leverage opportunity. This is my question. Is there is a gap, but how should students use this gap to leverage for this opportunity in career? This is my little bit sub questions about this.
yeah. So to address this question, as I said, time is changing,
Hmm.
and last 10 years it has changed very fast. To help the academic research get into the market or in the form of commercial product, now there are many things which government is offering the help. Like a very good example is Atal Incubation Centers,
Hmm.
Atal Innovation Mission, AIM, the scheme which central government has started, and they have established the incubation centers at the research institute level, university levels, state wise, in a different segments altogether, like healthcare, engineering, space, then your automobiles, agricultural, and these centers are providing all the technical skills, entrepreneurial skills, and at the same time they are offering students a small funding amount so that they can build a prototype of their research. So this Atal Incubation Center is one such scheme by the central government of India. Then BIRAC. biotechnology, Department of Biotechnology. Their BIRAC schemes offers a huge grant for the innovative projects at the academics level, and most of the uh, grants are often to only innovative projects. And if your projects are really innovative and solving the unsolved problems, then the students have a bright chance to get such kind of funding. So this funding helps students to build a prototype. This kind of schemes help students to interact with the entrepreneurs already existing in that field, so that student can grab those skill sets from them, and their piece of research is launched as a product into the market. So such schemes are there. Then government startup, for student there is a very one good scheme, Nidhi Prayas. In Nidhi Prayas, they offer almost 2 to 10 lakhs rupees of fund for the undergraduate and postgraduate students. If students know this, they should, along with their guide, apply to Nidhi Prayas and try to build a prototype with all the technical evidences and data. And if at all they are not keen in doing or launching and entering into the business, they can always find a team at their institute level, or they can always do a technology transfer. Like those companies which are interested in taking such innovative idea or product, they can pay them and they can get their technology. So these are the some helps which are available right now. Those were not there before, say, 10-15 years.
It's a really so the first time as a students of the pharmacognosy, I came across with these schemes also, and really this answers is really motivating for the aspiring students also. You mentioned about the Atal Incubation Center, at the same times about the biotechnology department BIRIC schemes also. Just now you mentions about the Nidhi, the scheme for the students also, and one point we very clearly mentioned, those students don't want to be enter into the business, they want to just go with their career, they could transfer the technology to the industry also, and that is a really something different. And you mentioned if you have the evidences, government is playing very good project, and definitely if such type of scheme is there, just gap of your knowledge and application in industry, definitely it could be the fulfill, and a very inspiring insights sir, from your side. Almost,
To add this to Praveen,
yes, sir.
to add this, I have identified this gap, and that's the reason Dr. Bafna's came
Yeah.
into the existence. We are offering the students all these things so they can
Hmm.
take a big leap in their entrepreneurial career through our consultancy, or say for example courses.
Just now, sir, I came across with the, you mentioned drbafna.com. You give the some courses there. One is the clinical trial documentation, definitely. This is the areas of Dr. Pallavi Bafna's, at the same times the clinical research associates also. And you just maybe you are coming with some exports of the how to export the herbal product. And definitely, just
Yeah.
it is really innovative. Could you light on this project, sir? How maybe the students this gap will going to fulfill from your organization? Maybe it is the better guidance to the students, sir.
Yeah, like as I said, there is a huge gap because see, academic in during their academic courses, most of the students don't know what is the industry's requirement, and they're not, ready. You know, you must have read somewhere that almost 50% graduates of India of any stream you say are unemployable, and the very reason is there is a huge gap that exists. And to make them aware about the industry's requirement, or say make them entrepreneurship ready, we have started this. And in that experiment, first course what we have launched is the clinical trial documentation, because CRO is clinical research is a very big industry in India. And those who are looking for job, say for example, those who are looking for job, and those, even those who want to start CROs, this type of courses will help. But another courses what I am coming is like reducing the gap in between inception to launch or commercialize the
Mhm.
product. So what it takes, there is, see, when you start afresh in the entrepreneurship or business, say for example, you want to launch XYZ herbal product into the market, but you are a student and you do not have much idea about it. So that gap I am going to reduce, and I'll help them in such a way that they can directly cut down all the struggles and launch their product smoothly into the market.
Yes, yes. Yes, that is really something new, innovatives, and new, I could say, is the ideas from Dr. Bapnas.coms also. And you clearly mentions instead of the to inception to launch the product. Nowadays, though it is very difficult for the number of the incoming students, hopefully, sir, your solution will definitely breeze the gaps for the young generations also. Thank for such type of the initiatives also. Maybe we could have another podcast on purely these courses in coming days also. Just from 2007 to 2009, you work as a guide for me and my cognosy projects also, and I know you are the good professional networking you have, at the same times having a good mentorship also. My questions, as a for the professional, what advice do you have for the students to seeking the build a strong professional network? What extent is it essential to have a strong professional networks they want to enter into the entrepreneurship? And what is your advice?
Yeah, as far as the mentorship is concerned, yes, it is obviously very much required. And I'm happy that at every stage of my professional studies, I got good mentors and they boosted me right from undergraduation to post graduation and PhD. They boosted me to identify these skill sets which I have, and they always pushed me towards it. And that's the reason I took entrepreneurship as a challenging task, though I did not have any business background. But yes, networking is very important, and I would say mentor. Who is mentor? Who can show you a path? It can be anybody. I would even say that any professional consultant, who is offering you right consultancy, is also a mentor. Your friend is a mentor, and time is the biggest mentor. I must say, time is the biggest mentor. And yes, the time has changed, and now the social media platforms are playing a very crucial role in networking.
Hmm.
So you should maximum utilize the LinkedIn platform to connect the different sorts of people from different verticals. That would help you to expand your vision and horizons, and that is how networking is going to help you excel in the field.
Yes, yes, very. To expand the visions and horizons, sir's guide is definitely you need to have the professional networking expansion. That is really motivating to all of, including me also. Just see, last almost more than a half an hour, if our listener just watch this podcast, definitely from the students, then the research students, then the academy, and now the entrepreneurship. Maybe, sir, number of students they have desire as like you. Maybe for them, for a moment, you may be their models also. They want to start their own ventures also. Just this is his or her aspirations. But biggest question in a student's mind, from where they should start? This is a question. My questions to you, very practical questions, sir. Such type of the students, they hesitate to start, even they doesn't get the idea what should be the first step. My question, what first steps or the research would you recommend for such students within our healthcare and the nutraceutical sectors? What is first step or the research you recommend such type of the hesitant students are?
See, as far as where to start, that where can be different for everyone. But what I would say is seed has to be there for a plant to grow. And what would that seed be for you to start? You have to keep your eyes wide open, study your surroundings. See, idea, this is how idea comes, no? And you have to have one idea that is going to solve the existing problem in a very cost effective way, maybe in a novel way, or in a way that existing products are not solving that problem. So idea has to be there to start, and it can be in the form of product or it can be in the form of service.
Very good, sir. Very
See,
good.
you are studying in the healthcare segment, and currently healthcare segment is undergoing a vast change from say the conventional products to now the technology, health tech. Health tech are the startups getting maximum funds during the funding rounds in the recent years. And every funder, every investor wants health tech startup. So it can be a service, it can be a technology based product, or it can be a medicine, it can be anything. But yes, you have to have an idea to start with, to visualize that how I am going to solve the existing problem in a cost effective way, in a better way than the existing solutions which are available to that particular
Yes,
problem.
you
That's
clearly.
so that is so simple.
Please, sir, please, sir. As such, means those students are hesitant to be the part of the emerging innovative healthcare system. Sir, guide them first. You have idea, and one static search provide you most of the funding grounder. They are investing in which industry, according to sir, is a health tech industries. Means we have definitely opportunities, but definitely you need to have the ideas. That is the one thing. Maybe the students get the boosted from your the energy, as you mentioned. This is the first step the students should take. My second last course questions for this today's podcast. Just you mentions in these questions that the healthcare innovation ecosystem definitely it will go into the emerging wide extents also as funding is available, and it is one of the best economic part in countries like India also. Now, as today's podcast subject is the herbal and nutraceutical opportunities, my question is, according to the experience, what emerging career path or roles in a healthcare systems or ecosystem shouldn't student consider as the plan for the futures, apart from the maybe I don't know, you'll going to light on it, which are the opportunity for the students in healthcare sectors.
Healthcare as a whole or only to the herbal and nutraceuticals? See,
Uh,
as
maybe you could as
yeah, as a healthcare as a whole, if you think, then there are different roles. Like earlier, IT industry was different, healthcare industry was different. But when the data management and clinical trials are happening at a very fast rate, then even all the IT industries are doing the softwares and all these things for the clinical trials of data management, and these fields are managed by the IT industry. So even healthcare people are getting job into the IT industries like TCS is there, Icon Clinic is there, Quintiles is there,
Sorry to
Maths
interrupt.
lecture is
Just
there.
I sorry to interrupt, sir. But definitely, you just mentioned about the healthcare industry. Even the our people get the job in a IT company. Just you mentioned the TCS and Infosys also in coming days also. But when we talk about the herbal and nutraceutical industry, is there any opportunity or coming opportunity, prospective opportunity? Do you suggest the students also, sir?
See, as far as the herbal and nutraceutical industries are concerned, then job and entrepreneurship, these two things are there.
Mm.
So, if you are aiming at the job, then those conventional jobs are available in the healthcare nutraceutical, like R&D executives are there. Then in production or quality assurance, these are there. But as allied industry is the extraction industry, so
Mm.
that is also expanding at a very alarming rate. So those who have got the knowledge in extractions, plant-based extraction, they have that kind of job in those industries. But when I say the entrepreneurship opportunities, don't only look at the opportunities as launching your own product, launching your own service. The entire herbal and nutraceutical and Ayurveda industry is based on what? The supply of a quality raw material. What is raw material? All the plants are the raw materials of this industry. And at a current scenario, 80 to 90% supplies from wild source, means they are not cultivated. So cultivating the medicinal plants systematically in a controlled environment is a huge business opportunities for the students. And whenever I go for a talk on entrepreneurship opportunities in herbal sector, I always give emphasis, or I ask the listener or student how many have the agricultural land.
Mm.
Those who have got the agricultural land, they are having a huge advantage. Like, I'll give a very simple example. Ashwagandha. What is the annual requirement of ashwagandha? More than 10,000 ton. And how much is cultivated systematically?
No.
1,000, 2,000 ton? Not more than that. So there is a huge scope for the cultivation of medicinal plants, and they are giving a huge output economically. Stevia, take an example of stevia. Stevia is what? Natural sweetener. Artificial sweeteners are causing lot of side effects on a long-term consumption. So people are switching to natural sweetener. What is natural sweetener? Stevia is a natural sweetener. So cultivate the stevia and earn a huge amount. But the only thing farmers fail in cultivation of medicinal plant, they do not do the value addition to their product.
Mm.
And there the pharmacy students and healthcare students are going to play the important role. They should take this path. This is untraveled road and it is going to reward you in the longer term.
Yes, yes. Really, it is unexplored opportunities for the students and the emerging this way. As you summarize, definitely for the healthcares and the nutraceuticals, career growth in job, then you talk about the entrepreneurship, then you talk about the allied extraction, and last point, this is very I could say difficult to believe 80 to 90% medicinal raw medicines is only from the wide sources. And if this is a such type of the figure, definitely our pharma students or the those person are working in a herbal industry, they have the great scope also, sir. Little bit one questions most of the students they are hesitant, or even you just mentioned the agriculture background pharmacy students also. What is your experience, sir, when imagine the farmers cultivated the ashwagandha and stevia, they get the problem to sell their own such type of the medicinal products also. Is it real or just it is a heap, sir? What is your experience, sir?
No, the problem is real. Uh, I have visited many agriculture universities, and when we vouch for farmers cultivating medicinal plants, they narrate very bitter stories that
Yeah.
yes, some XYZ company came, they asked us to cultivate the ashwagandha. We have cultivated, now they are telling that your output is not a quality one. So they offer either a very less rate or they do not buy. And that is how farmers face a huge problem. That's the reason I told no, the farmers do not have the knowledge of value addition. But as a healthcare student,
Mm.
say for example, any pharmacy student is having a huge land piece, then why he should take up a job? He should cultivate the medicinal plant. But because of his pharmacy background, he can do the quality assessment of that output, say for ashwagandha. He should analyze the vithanolide content of the ashwagandha. He should grade the ashwagandha roots accordingly based on the morphological feature, and that is how he should pitch his product to the extract manufacturing industries or ayurvedic product manufacturing industries. Yeah, these are the vithanolide content of my ashwagandha, and this is what I demand the rate. If these technical details are supplemented with the product, then obviously market is there, because demand is huge, supply is not there. All the supply is from wild sources.
Yes,
And
yes.
accordingly, based on the economy demand of that herb, farmers or the students should select the plant. What are the top 10 plants that are highly, required by the companies? Like Shatavari is there, Ashwagandha is there, Tulsi is there, Stevia is there, Guduchi is there. So likewise, shortlist 10 plants, cultivate 2, 3, and build the strong technical assessment of their product and pitch. So it is all about how strong evidence
Mm.
you put forward to validate your claim about the product what you are offering.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely, sir. You give the for the pharmacy students one opportunities. Though you have the value addition capability, you could use that capacity to get the value addition in terms of the money. That's really the good pictures you visualize to the our listeners also. Sir, we are coming to the last question as is the part of the podcast also. Last, almost we discuss about how the healthcare and the nutraceutical industry is evolving. If industry is evolving, if the particular economy of sectors is evolving, definitely there are the number of the players, we could say the competitors also coming in this market. You just mentioned number of the products, the herbal products that comes in the pictures. My question is, as this herbal industry is evolving very quickly, what strategy or maybe method do you recommended for the staying ahead of trends and ensuring the long-term success to our aspiring businessman or the students also? What must be the strategy?
See, strategy is very simple. You have to have a good technically sound product, then supplement your product with the clinical evidences. So once you have evaluated your product clinically and is addressing the problem, say for example diabetes, then competition is always going to be there.
Mhm.
So the race strategies talk about how to deal with the competitors. So pricing is one, then availability of your product, how far you are reaching to the markets as a very easy way that could cut down the other cost also. But if your product is good, you can always stay in the market. Competitors are going to be there. Every company has its own share. It is not that only 10 companies are there and they have grabbed the market, because population is also increasing, affordability is also increasing, and as long as your product is solving the problem and you are continuously solving the issues what your products are facing, you are going to be there.
Really.
When we launched the products, no, when we launched the products initially, we were faced with that there are n number of players in the market, and after me almost not less than 10,000 companies entered into the market. So market is wide open for everyone. What is your offering, that matters a lot.
Yes, sir. And is really you give the kind of the thought-provoking scenario to the emerging players also. You must be the innovatives also. Um, Almost as we come to close our the today's sessions, the podcast insight with the Province Positive Way. I want to extend my the heartfelt, sincere thanks to our chief guest, Dr. Anand Bafna ji. Today, we dove deep into the booming opportunity in the healthcare and herbal nutraceutical sectors, a field that is not only just witnessing the exponential growth. At the same time, the insights of Dr. Bafna clearly mention these field need visionary entrepreneur. This field need the visionary research people. At the same time, he focus on how there must be the integration of the research and their research knowledge into the product. Dr. Bhavna shares the insight. Definitely, his insight is not only the theoretical, it has the remarkable journey from the academic, from the entrepreneur and thought leaders in healthcare innovation, practical approach combined with almost more than 20 years experience in both the field and real world experience, and has paved the way for the innovative research based solution that are really transforming the healthcare wellness, sir. Sir, I'm really thankful as your students also, and it is really opportunity for me to take your podcast through this way, sir. I learn a number of things from you today also, sir.
Thank you, Praveen. And I must say that you are doing a great work. And the way you are making this generation aware of the things which are there, I am very happy for you. And I wish all the best. Good luck for your venture. And thank you very much for providing me a platform to share my views. But I strongly believe that market is for everyone. Those who comes with the good intentions are going to be there. Thank you very much.
Really, one thing, sir, apart from this podcast, why I designed this podcast, most of the, if you could just take the review of our pharmacy, just you mentions the sutics and other streams, they are the booming, and most of the students they are looking for the these fields also. We have great respect for the others because this is a part of the our pharmacy fraternities also. But in healthcare, and especially cognosy, you did really innovative ways. And that one thing really appealed me. Your experience could guide to the emerging students also in nutraceutical, and you give the very clear statistical idea. What are the scope with the emerging student? That is one appealing to me. You are my the guest for this podcast also, and really it is very wonderful session, wonderful insights you have provided. You share about the number of the schemes those are feeling stuck with the fundings also. At the same times, you provide the consultancy services also to the students who are eager to enter their enterprise, and that is very really innovative thing. Thank you very much for your time to on this podcast with me, sir.
Yeah, you are most welcome, Praveen. Good luck.
Yes, sir. My dear listener, throughout our discussion, we explored the current trends driving demand in herbal and natural science, the skills, entrepreneurship mindset, which are required to tap the industry growth, the real life success stories and the challenges bridging the academic, or we could say the real success stories also, and challenges bridging the academic and with commercial potential. And Dr. Bapna's just not the bookish advice, but this advice, I could say, the actionable advice to the young professional and the aspiring entrepreneurs to make a meaningful impact into the healthcare industry. As we wrap up, let this insight inspire you to explore the vibrant opportunity in this field. Pursue the continuous learning, harness your innovative potential, whether you are planning to launch any startup or seeking to build a rewarding career. Remember that futures of the healthcare is being shaped by those who dare to innovate and lead with the passion. Thank you, Dr. Bapna Sarji, for your time and invaluable perspective of your journeys to our my listener. And thank you to all our listeners for joining us today. Stay tuned for more such type of the episodes where we continue to unlock the secret behind the success and explore the pathway that lead to the positive and impactful future. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for the
Thank you.
next episode also.